Hi, welcome to this edition of Tiger Broadcast. I'm Kirsten LaRue.
And I'm Reagan Clark. In this edition of Tiger Broadcast, we explore how one new sport is changing the future for a student right here at Lee Summit High School.
We'll also look at how one club's growth at LSHS is making an impact for all students.
Lastly, we'll see how a single football game is changing the life of a young cancer patient forever.
All this and more on this edition of Tiger Broadcast.
Welcome back from spring break, Tigers.
Welcome to the September edition of Tiger Broadcast.
Welcome to the senior edition of Tiger Broadcast.
Hi, welcome to the senior edition of Tiger Broadcast.
I'm Rachel Altman.
And I'm Dylan George.
I'm Gretchen Shackelford.
And I'm Tessa Schroep.
And I'm Parker Gates.
I'm Andrew Bownick.
I'm Cassidy Sterrett.
And I'm Melody Cox.
I'm Madeline Stouffer.
I'm Jared Newell.
I'm Prosperi Roddy.
And I'm Blake Bether.
I'm Jacqueline Berry.
And I'm Gavin Curlis.
Until you find your way back home.
Childhood is one of the happiest times in one's life. Unfortunately, cancer could put an unexpected hold on this stage. Reporters Reagan Clark, Carly Roberts, and PZ Lauk show how a special event here at LSHS is making a difference for young cancer patients.
Stella Henry is a bright, ambitious 18-month-old baby who lives a seemingly normal life with her family.
Sassy, spunky, very independent. She's definitely, if she wants to do something, she's going to do it her way.
Stella receives plenty of attention from her friends and family, but not always for the reason you may think.
She was diagnosed on July 5th with a high-grade neuroepithelial tumor, brain cancer.
I remember when we heard it, just kind of sitting back and trying to comprehend what we had just been told.
You kind of go into autopilot, and I think it really took a couple weeks before everything just set in and we realized what we were dealing with.
With another child in Stella's condition, juggling their lives and emotions is a struggle for the family.
It's been dramatic. We have an 11-year-old son as well, and so he's in 6th grade, and trying to make sure that that dynamic works and make sure he doesn't have to deal with an adult problem the way we do.
Sadness, being scared, worried, happiness, for all the positives that have happened. Kind of everything you could have. It's all gone through.
Scared and a little hopeless would actually probably be the best way to describe the feeling.
Hopelessness soon started to fade when a group chose Stella for something that could potentially change her life.
And so we read her story and we thought it was perfect.
Perfection came in the way of a Lee Summit football team defending Stella's cause.
So the Siege the Cure game started 4 years ago when Coach Thomas, Coach Cruz from Ray Peck, and the owner of Siege Sports got together and decided that they wanted to start something, a tradition, to help support people that have had cancer. So this year is our 4th annual Siege the Cure game.
Miss Thomas didn't just have her foot on the surface of cancer. 3 years ago, she had been knee-deep in the battle herself.
In July of 2015, I found out that I actually had breast cancer. So we didn't even realize the significance of how cancer was going to affect our family. And so I just think it's important to make other people aware of how cancer really does affect the normal life of a person.
The effect of Stella's battle on her family, however, has not gone unnoticed in the community.
But the generosity of the Lee Summit community has been absolutely incredible. People I don't even know wearing Stella Strong bracelets and knowing who Stella is, and the outpouring of support has been absolutely a marker and indicative of what our community is and why it is so great to be here.
Signing out for Tiger Broadcast, this is Reagan Clark.
There are many clubs and activities that our school has to offer. One in particular is making its mission to change our school for the better. Emma Osterly, Michaela Humble, and Hayden Terry bring us the story.
There are many clubs and activities at LSHS, so many that at times it can be hard to find a place for you. One club among many that has a place for everyone is the FCCLA Club. Here, there is something for everyone to get involved with.
We do a lot of community service things.
we do things that are connected with all the areas of family and consumer sciences. So we'll do things with relationships and working with families and working with children. We'll do things with fashion, and we'll do things with culinary, with home interiors and that kind of thing.
This club doesn't just help students further their work in facts, but also helps them grow as strong individuals.
Is just for students to come together, to get out in their community, to become leaders, to become familiar with just being out in society and finding their way and direction and interacting with other kids their age and just kind of finding a pathway for themselves.
There are 3 FCCLA members that have found their path and have used it to help this group stand out from others: Maddie, Emma, and Megan.
We were doing what are called STAR events, which is a competition. We started to focus our attention more on high schoolers and what our school was doing to help in the effort of suicide awareness and suicide prevention.
Their hard work has paid off with winning gold at both regional and state competitions, and it has even enacted change in our own school.
Our real big goal with doing this project was to make sure that our school had a adequate level of awareness about suicide. So some of the things that we discussed when we did our project was making sure and wanting to get the ACT acronym, Acknowledge, Care, Tell, out to the student. There are also posters in the hallway, which is what we really wanted to see happen, and we're really happy that they're up there. Are the Suicide Awareness Prevention Hotline posters that are up, and you can see those around so that if you need help, it's completely confidential, and it's a great resource for if you're kind of feeling lost.
Though at times you may feel lost, there is something at our school for everyone. Signing off for Tiger Broadcast, this is Michaela Humble.
The term SoundCloud rapper is becoming synonymous all around the nation when it comes to high schoolers. At Lee Summit High School, it's no different. Reporters Kirsten LaRue, Tia Shrout, and Megan Lewis fill us in.
Ready? We're both locked in, like it's either this or we broke, you know?
Many teenagers are trying to make money any way they can. One LSHS senior gets to make money while pursuing his dream.
My interest started when I was I want to say 4, and I was watching the MTV or BET Awards, and I saw the rappers on stage performing, and I was like, that's what I want to do.
When he was younger, we would say that he was kind of eclectic. He's just kind of his own person, beats to the tune of his own drum. He can be very introverted, but he's also very social.
Because of Jaden's love for music starting at such a young age, he started being able to connect with other students in the Lee Summit community.
Okay, so me and Jonah were hanging out with friends, and I played a rapper that usually nobody listens to, Lupe Fiasco. And he was like, no way, you listen to this guy? And then I was like, yeah. And then later on that night, we started freestyling, and we figured out we were both good at rapping, so we decided to just make a group.
Whenever we first started making music, whenever we'd get hype, like, this sounds really good, we'd be like, it's over, it's over. So then we were just like, all right, guess we're called Over, and that's how it happened.
When the group was forming, SoundCloud was getting lots of attention, and the boys decided to take a leap of faith.
At first, I kind of didn't want to because I didn't want to get roasted a lot. But after a while, we would play it to our friends, and they were like, this is fire, you got to post it, so we just posted it.
In this day and age, rap has become a bigger portion of the music industry. One reason is because bigger names are bringing up smaller artists.
Lil Wop is a kind of sort of underground rapper that made a mixtape with Trippie Redd, and that's how he got his claim to fame. It's because he made some songs with Trippie Redd.
By posting their music on SoundCloud, the boys got lots of unexpected attention.
John Harris sent me a beat that Lil Wop was on, and it was actually Lil Wop's voice, and I recorded over it, and if Lil Wop likes it, then I'll feature with him.
This isn't an opportunity you get every day, and Jaden's mom continues to remind him of that.
He sees something that I don't have in me, and so I want to see it play out all the way to the end.
Signing out for Tiger Broadcast,
Just get it, I'm on the God-given mission to make like half of them.
I'm Kirsten LaRue. The rise of digital technology has sparked many questions on the benefits of video games. For one LSHS student, esports has provided a new opportunity. Reporters Michael Cadwell, Alex Hill, and Abigail Fullis fill us in.
I mean, he's just 1,000 times better than I am.
He's the best player I've ever seen.
Most sports here at LSHS have standout players, but sophomore Gannon Ross is a standout in a new kind of sport.
Instead of being a normal sport, esports is basically a mental activity where you're going in and mentally preparing yourself to succeed.
Rocket League is a soccer video game in which cars play soccer in place of humans.
I don't know why I wouldn't like flying cars playing soccer. It's just like a weird concept.
For Gannon, Rocket League has always been a part of his lifestyle.
Last year, about this time, because I got bored of being at home and just reading books, I wanted to just get into playing video games. Rocket League was getting hyped and popular.
Just like Gannon's recent spark of Rocket League, the esports community has hit a sudden rise.
So we're looking at hundreds of thousands of people who are playing with the rise of kind of digital technology. And then when we look at individual companies or players or events, you're looking at getting thousands of people in one space to see and communicate with people and to watch their favorite players and teams play.
With the rise of esports, people like Gannon have growing opportunities.
From what I've seen, most of the North American esports players, their paycheck, because it's like a normal sport in the way you get hired as well. It's a contract from a team. Your contract pay is currently about $80,000-$90,000 a year.
But just like any job or profession, success has to start somewhere. For Gannon, these starts are coming from the collegiate level.
We're partnering with NACE, which is the National Association of Collegiate Esports, here in Kansas City, and we're the first school in Kansas City to do so. And so we're looking at being on the forefront of that collegiate environment, helping to provide a pathway for students now to have a scholarship, as well as a kind of a growth potential for a professional career. And so we're really excited about all the elements of that.
Even with the aspirations of becoming pro, Gannon knows that Rocket League isn't all he has for the future.
I'd pretty much be fine. I have everything set up to do an actual job. Like, if I don't succeed in sports at all.
Signing off for Tiger Broadcast.
Of course I will.
This is Abigail Follis.
Thank you for watching this edition of Tiger Broadcast. For sports packages and more, go to www.tigerbroadcast.com.
Also, follow us on Twitter at TBTV8Tigers. Signing off, I'm Reagan Clark.
And I'm Kirsten LaRue. See you next time.
High-grade neuroepithelial tumor.
It's completely confidential and it's a great resource.
If Roblox likes it, then I'll feature with him.
To see and communicate with people.